Hello and welcome. I wanted to show you how to install Intel CAS software on Windows. It's actually very simple on Windows. I go to, Googled Intel CAS for Windows. I'm presented with this website, and I actually downloaded the entry edition over here. So when we click on the entry edition, we get to a screen where you fill out your information, and then it'll provide you a download link. I download it and install it, and in my case I'm installing it on a Windows server. Now, once I install it, I'm presented with somewhat of a blank screen, and I need to set up a cache for the first time. In order to do that, I need to select what is my cache drive. Where is my Optane drive? And this is, I think, the most difficult part of CAS because you're presented with all the part numbers. I have a whole bunch of Intel drives in here and a hard drive, and it's hard to figure out which is which. There are a couple ways to figure that out. As you see in my disk management software here, I have a ton of drives in this system. Now, I happen to know that my Optane drive was this 350 gig drive, so I could certainly click on this here, properties, details, and then I could get my hardware IDs. And here I have the part number, so I know the part number. Another way would be to open up a command prompt in administrator mode. Yes, and if I have our data center tool, Intel data center tool installed, I can look at all my SSDs in the system. And I see it comes up and it tells me it's a P4800X, and here's the serial number and part number. So that was the easiest way to do it. So now I have the part number. I know that it is this drive, and let's make sure, PH, and with this K375, so it's right down here. I'm looking for that same drive in here. I'm going to select that as my cache drive. I'm going to use the whole thing, is what this says over here, which will give me 350 gig of cache. Select your caching mode. These are right through caching, so that things hit the cache and then go out to your slower storage. Right back caching might have the fastest speed, where it will stay in cache and then get cached out when you or when the cache fills up or there has a cache replacement policy. I'm going to select cache right back for now. I have nothing in my include. I'm just going to say go ahead, do that. You can view the release notes if you want, view the admin drive. Right now it's just setting up the caches. After this completes, I'm going to deselect these. I've seen them before. Now I can go in here and I can select what do I want to cache. And I'm presented with this blank screen of include and exclude. And I can actually specifically include certain directories, disks, or files. So click anywhere in here. I click on the three dots. And I have a multitude of drives in the system as well. I'm going to cache my whole, let's cache the whole W drive. And additionally, I am going to cache my S drive, just the database folder. And then show you one last thing. I can go into my S drive, database folder. I'm going to find the database log, the LDF file, and say pin that. What pinning it does is say keep it in the cache and never cast it out. So I'm doing that. Now I apply, and everything is good. Cache state, you can see up here, is green, and my cache is on. I can additionally go in here into the command line, and I have another window already open so I don't have to find the path, but my path is Program Files, Intel Cache Acceleration Software, and Intel CAS CLI. I can print out things on the command line, so I can look at list my caches, and it tells me I do have a cache running, it's write back policy, and tell me some stats about it right now. And right now it's actually using about 8 gig of that cache, And here's my read and write stats. H for help. That's it. At this point, you're up and ready to go. If you were using this, you can use this for any local drives very easily. There is NAS support as well if you actually want to cache networked attached drives. That's a little bit more complicated. We have to actually enable NAS support. And for that, I would refer you to look through the manual. It's really not hard. You just need to enable it. And then you need to be aware if somebody else is writing to that NAS, your cache may be dirty, that somebody else that is writing to that same folder doesn't have access to your dirty cache. So there are some issues there. We only recommend NAS access if you have exclusive access to a folder. But for normal, on a single server, single node, you're good to go at this point. You can go back to the software here. I can actually add things real time while it is running. I can add more volumes here or more specific files, and I can actually go in and just stop the cache if I wanted to for some reason as well. That's it. Thank you for watching.